So the categories that we have here: red loved, red enjoyed, red so-so, red dislike, and then we have not read, not want to, and then not read. I'm good because I'm used a template here, and I don't know a lot of these series, so some of them I don't want to read, some of them I do want to read. Animorphs, I'm good. I'm good on the Animorphs. A Song of Ice and Fire. A Song of Ice and Fire did get me back into reading, so that is one that I loved. The Banished Lands. The Banished Lands saga is one that I have not read yet. It's one that I desperately want to. I have the series right here. The Banished Lands saga. Oh no, this is Faithful and the Fallen. Well, I just messed that up. But I want to read the Banished Land Saga because I think that's the second. Is that not the second one? I don't know. Bobbyverse. I'm good. Book of the New Sun. I'm okay. Now the Broken Earth trilogy, I've heard a lot of mixed things about. I'm not sure if I will end up really reading it, but I'll probably get to it eventually. It's just gonna be way down the line. The second person kind of is scaring me a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to continue with that. The Broken Empire trilogy. So. I don't know what the Commonwealth saga is. I do want to read Cradle. Now, I don't know. Cradle is a progression fantasy. And I've never read a progression fantasy. And it has a lot of editions. It's like a 14-book series or 15-book series, which they're small. So it'll take me some time to get into that. A lot of these I really haven't read because I haven't got into. So I don't know the Culture series. The Dark Elf trilogy. I'm not sure if that one starts off with Homeland. But I think that's the one, and I've read it, and it was just so-so. I didn't finish Homeland. I DNF'd it probably like a third of the way through. I didn't get very far into it, but I'll get back to the Dark Elf trilogy. The Dark Tower. This is also a so-so. Gunslinger just did not capture me very much, and I will continue the Dark Tower eventually, but I've tried to start Drawing of the Three multiple times, and I just cannot get into Drawing of the Three. So, The Dark is Rising, another one I don't know. Discworld. This is going to go all the way to the top of wanting to read. I've wanted to get into it, but I don't have any of the books, and I don't like to read unless I have the physical copies, so who knows. The Dresden Files. Oh, another dislike. I just really did not enjoy the first book. It didn't have much that I was looking for. I don't think I like urban fantasy, and I think that's probably what it is. But I'll probably continue it in the future. Next one up is Dune. I read and enjoyed it. That's all I've got to say. I need to read Dune Messiah. I've heard that's where it really gets good. Again, don't flame me. I'm behind on reading of a lot of series. I just have read the start of a lot of series. So, Song of Ice and Fire is one that I have finished. Earthsea. Ooh, that's gonna go at the bottom because isn't that a middle grade? Or no. I just don't know too much about Earthsea. Ender's Game. I read this a long time ago, and I enjoyed it. The Expanse. I read it. I enjoyed it. I've only read the first book. I've got the second book, Caliban's War, and I will continue it, but I want to finish the Red Rising saga first, the second series of that, and I want to finish up the Foundation series too, which I don't. Oh no, it is on here. Okay, awesome. Funeral Tapestry. Don't know what that is. The First Law. Read it and loved it. It's a bit of a fail if you fail. It's a bit of a story without a story. A lot of it is just characters talking and traveling, which is not unlike a lot of fantasy series, but it's really focused on the characters and it's really good. So the Foreigner series, I'm not sure what that is. Foundation. I love Foundation, and I've read just the first two, I think, but I love what Isaac Asimov has set up so far. He is just, it feels like what Star Wars should be, and it really makes me sad that Star Wars is not what I want it to be. Foundry Side I have not read, but it is something that I would like to read. Gentlemen Bastards. This is another read and loved. I've only read the first one. I'm waiting on my Libby recommendation, or my Libby hold for Red Seas Under Red. What is it called? Red Seas Under Red. Red Seas Under Red Skies. That's what it is. So I need to read that. The Greenbone Saga. Oh, it's going to go to the top of enjoyed. I wish that I had the physical copies of these books because they were really good. The only reason that I don't put it in loved is because, it was urban fantasy, and I don't think I enjoy urban fantasy near as much as medieval. His Dark Materials. I want to read it, but not very much. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. This is going to go at the top because I've heard it's really good. I just want a physical copy and then I'll read it. Harry Potter. I'm good. The Hunger Games I have read and I disliked it. Alright. The Hyperion Cantos. So there's a lot of sci-fi that I just need to read that I have not got to. I've heard that Hyperion's really good. It's basically a retelling of the Canterbury Tales, and I need to read the Canterbury Tales. So I'll probably get to that first before I read Hyperion. What am I saying? I don't know. I'll probably get to neither. The Inheritance Cycle is one I really want to get to because I used to read these. I used to love these books. I don't know what the difference between Inheritance Cycle and Inheritance, but I'll put them right there. Kingkiller Chronicle. I was so-so on the Kingkiller Chronicle. I only read the first one so far. I haven't read Wise Man's Fear, but Kingkiller Chronicle is just okay. So-so for me. I really am not a big prose snob. I enjoy... Prose for me has a lot more to do with the flow and like plot structure than it does with like how flowery writing is. So I wasn't really all into the flowery writing of the Kingkiller Chronicle. Lilith's Brood, I don't know. Lightbringer. I read the first one and I sadly really enjoyed it. I would like to read the second one, even though I've heard that it ends bad. I don't like the map at all. It's literally just a circle. It's a circle sea. It's like the Aral Sea. I mean, I guess it kind of looks real, but I'm going to put this in so-so because I think I'm going to actually read the Dark Elf trilogy. I just DNF'd it because it was a bit too much. Okay. Locktomb. Disliked it. Did not like it. DNF'd it. Did not like it. Lord of the Rings. I've only read the first one so far, and I know that is evil. But I don't have the patience to read that type of story right now. So I just need to listen to it, honestly. Malazan. Malazan is going to go up into really loved. Dead House Gates is one of my top 5 books, I think. Yeah. Mars Trilogy, I don't know it. Mistborn. I'm going to put it at the end of enjoyed because Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. It just needed some... I don't know what it needed. I'm going to cut that out. Didn't need anything. It was great. It was fine. The Mortal Instruments I haven't read. Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. This is going to go up into really loved. I need to read the final book. It is a 63-hour book. It is so big. It's like 1,200 pages, but I have read some other big books, so I'll get to it. The Murderbot Diaries, I disliked it. I read one, and it was okay. The Chronicles of Narnia, I do not care to read very much Christian propaganda. Just kidding, it's not. It's actually a really well-written story. I loved the movies back in the day, so I didn't even get the allegory. I don't know why I said that. The Night Angel trilogy. That's something I will want to get. It's the Night Angel. It's like Nevernight, right? Is another more John Gwynne. I might not know. Might not have that right. Probably above these two, just because they are YA. Old Man's War. Don't know. Otherland. This is one that I really want to get to. I have the first 2 books, and I really need to get to them. Definitely above Inheritance. I'm going to bring the Inheritance cycle down, because it is YA. Outlander. I don't care to read it. I don't know what Patternist is. The Dragon Riders of Pern, I don't know much about, but I need to read. The Poppy War, I DNF'd. I just didn't like the main character, like nearly at all. And I think that's a common gripe that I've heard about the book. It was just a little boring. The magic didn't come in until the end of the book. Just not very fun. Prince of Thorns. So-so trilogy. Better... Well, it's Broken Empire. It's right here. So it'll be right here. It's just okay. It's everyone likes to say, like, if you like the First Law trilogy, that you're gonna like Prince of Thorns and Broken Empire. I don't see it. I don't really think the characters are likable enough in Broken Empire. The side characters are not good. So Powder Mage, I really want to read. I'm gonna put that actually at the top because I have a copy of the book. I just need to read it. The Chronicles of Prydain. I don't know what that is. Red Rising is going to go all the way up behind Malazan. It is good. It is fast-paced, and I think I like that fast-paced. I just need to read that stuff more, to be honest. What's next? Redwall. That is something I need to get to. It's like really classic. I think really classic. The Rift War Saga is another one that I need to get to. Probably above these. The Magician I have a copy of, so I like to get to my physical copies first. Realm of the Elderlings. It's also going to go into Loved. This tier up here is just absolutely perfect. Song of Ice and Fire, First Law, Malazan, Red Rising, Foundation, Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, Gentleman Bastards, Realm of the Elderlings. It's great. Arc of the Scythe is one that I'll get to eventually, but it is YA, so I'll get to it eventually. The Shannara Chronicles is another one that's YA. Sword of Truth. I know people don't like him, and I've not read it yet, but I will eventually get to it because I have copies of the books, so I will read them, and they're pretty thick. Star Trek, ew. Star Wars goes into the loved. It's Star Wars. You can't beat it. So does the Stormlight Archives go up here. You can't beat it. It's so good. It's like the best world building in the genre. So you can't beat that. The Black Company. I'm going to go into really enjoyed. I really liked it. I will put it above Mistborn. The Dandelion Dynasty is one I really want to get to, and I'm going to put it at the top because I've heard it's like a history book, and I have a history degree. Twilight. I'm alright. Twilight, I'm alright. Vorkosigan Saga. Warhammer 40k. I want to read that. Wayfarers, I'm alright. The Witcher, it was so-so. I think it's probably at the top of so-so, but I've just read the short stories so far. A Wrinkle in Time, I'm okay without. The Wormwood Trilogy, I don't know what that is. Wheel of Time is going to also go up here. Xanth, I don't know what that is. So, this is the tier list. I really enjoy the loved section here. Song of Ice and Fire is what got me into reading again. So, I'm glad that that's up here. The First Law, Malazan, Red Rising, these are all perfect series. Foundation is just sci-fi. Memory of Sorrow and Thorn, and then also Wheel of Time and Stormlight Archives are like some of the best fantasy I've ever read. And then Gentlemen Bastards is kind of that urban, not really urban, a little bit of urban fantasy that I really don't like, but I love it here. And then Rebel of the Elder Lanes, Star Wars, don't have anything to do with each other, but they're the last two that I brought up. So, thank you for watching my tier list. And I hope that you'll come back for another book review in the future. Thank you.